We talk a ton about the math of money, how to earn it, save it, invest it, all super important stuff. But today, we're going to get a little more philosophical. We're going to zero in on one tiny but super powerful word that might just be the key to your financial peace. That word? Enough. Let's figure out what that really means.
It sounds so simple, right? I'll be happy when I have enough. But I want you to really think about that for a second. Can you put an actual number on it? A real dollar amount for your enough? If you're being honest, for most of us, the answer is probably no. And that right there is where the trouble starts. So this is the thing we're tackling today. It's this constant, kind of nagging feeling that you're just not quite there yet. It's this invisible force that's always whispering just a little more, pushing you to keep going, but often without any real destination. And we call it a tyranny because, well, it controls you without you even realizing it.
All right, so let's dig into this invisible trap. See, for so many people, enough isn't some fixed destination on a map. Nope, it's more like the horizon. The faster you run towards it, the further away it gets. And that creates this relentless, pretty exhausting cycle of never feeling satisfied.
It's a really weird pattern we get stuck in, isn't it? Think about it. You crush a huge savings goal, but instead of celebrating, your brain immediately jumps to the next milestone. Okay, cool, now for the next 5%. Or you land that big promotion, and that little moment of joy is instantly replaced by plotting how to get the next one. It's a feeling a lot of us know all too well.
And you know what? There's actually a name for this whole thing. Psychologists call it the hedonic treadmill. And the wild part is how it works. As you start making more money, your lifestyle, your expectations, they just inflate right along with it. That apartment or car that once seemed like the ultimate dream, it pretty quickly just becomes normal. And now you need even more just to get that same feeling of happiness again.
And what this does is it basically creates two totally different paths you can go down. On one side, you've got the chaser. They're always chasing more. They get a raise, they get a bigger car, their expenses puff up with every single paycheck. And here's the crazy part. They might be getting richer on paper, but they're functionally broke, totally trapped on that treadmill. But then you've got the victor, and they're playing a completely different game.
So, how do you become the victor? Well, it all starts with this. You have to stop playing the chaser's game. You have to define your own finish line. And this isn't just some financial trick. It's the absolute key to real freedom. Man, I love this quote because it just flips the whole script. Your enough number isn't about quitting or giving up. It's a declaration of victory. It's the moment you win back control over your most precious, non-renewable asset, your time. Okay, so let's get practical. What is this enough number really? It's pretty simple, actually. It's the point where your investments, your assets, are generating enough income all on their own to cover the life you want to live. It's the line you cross where work becomes a choice, not something you have to do. That's the real goal, right?
And this is so important to get. We are not talking about some crazy, out-of-reach billionaire number. This is the I can finally breathe, peaceful, secure life number. It's all about figuring out what a great life actually looks like to you, and then calculating the real practical number it takes to get there. It's about realistic freedom, not some fantasy of endless wealth.
And once you actually define that number, something amazing happens. You unlock a completely new way of thinking. Seriously, it's like gaining a superpower in a world that is screaming at you 24/7 that you need more, more, more.
And this is the huge shift. Your whole focus changes. You stop being obsessed with just optimizing your money, and you start optimizing your entire life. The goal isn't just a bigger number in a bank account anymore. It's a better, richer existence.
And with this superpower, you start asking way better questions. Your decisions aren't just about the bottom line anymore. Before you buy something big, you can actually stop and ask, is this going to bring me real, lasting joy, or is it just a quick fix? When work is demanding 60 hours a week, you can step back and ask, is this paycheck really worth missing out on time with my family? You finally get the clarity to ask the big one. Do I actually need more, or do I just need to learn to be content?
I mean, think about it. Think about all the brain power and energy you spend just chasing that next dollar. When you define enough, all of that energy gets freed up, and suddenly you can redirect that intense focus from just the hustle, and you can pour it into the things that actually build a truly rich life: your relationships, your health, your community, and your own personal growth.
So this brings us to the real heart of it all. What's the ultimate point of this whole journey? Because let's be real, it was never just about the money.
You see, the old way of thinking, it treats this whole wealth thing like an endless marathon. There's no finish line. You just run and run until you're exhausted. But the new way, the enough way, that turns it into a strategic sprint to a finish line you can actually see. You run your race, you cross the line, and then you get to enjoy the victory.
And that's the real payoff. This is the whole point. Once you cross that line, the game completely changes. Your goal isn't accumulating money anymore, it's curating your time. And that simple shift, man, that is the very definition of real freedom.
So, I'm going to leave you with the same question we started with, but maybe it hits a little different now. Your wealth journey isn't supposed to be endless. It has a finish line. The only question left to answer is, where's yours?